Hello, I am Mert Yilmaz. Welcome to this special review we prepared for the new program of Yasar Atolye, titled At the Edge of Tomorrow. In this program, we will generally discuss how technology and economics intersect. Today, we also have some sources. We will take a closer look at them with Derya Aksoy.
Yes, we have information compiled from the World Economic Forum, WEF, Boston Consulting Group, BCG, an article by Ergi Schener, and important sources like ARK Invest.
Exactly. Our goal is to summarize for you the evolution of artificial intelligence from these sources, how we work, the new skills needed, and even topics like customer experience. Let's get started then. First, there's a concept mentioned in Ergi Schener's article, Agentic Artificial Intelligence. What exactly is this? Is it different from the AI we know?
Quite different, yes. Think of it this way. You give a command to a normal artificial intelligence and it suggests the next step or provides an analysis.
Yes.
If it is agentic artificial intelligence, it can set its own goals and make independent decisions to achieve those goals, meaning it can act without constantly waiting for your approval. BCG described this as the observe, plan, act cycle. In other words, it not only shows the way, but also advances along that path. There was even a study by Ernst & Young dated April 2025. According to it, nearly half of the companies, 48%, have already invested in such semi-autonomous systems.
So they can manage complex tasks like logistics and supply chain management, right?
Exactly, they manage complex tasks.
I understand. So it's like an autopilot for business processes. Well, the resources are saying how this situation will affect the workforce. Should we be a little worried?
We can say both yes and no. According to WEF's Future of Work 2025 report, it is estimated that approximately 39% of current job skills will become obsolete by 2030. This is a serious figure.
Acronym, 39%, yes.
But the same report also says that perhaps 92 million roles will be lost, but 170 million new job roles will emerge in their place. So, a net increase in employment is expected.
So basically there is an increase.
And of course, the key point is to have the right skills. For example, analytical thinking is the most sought-after skill at 70%, and competencies like artificial intelligence literacy and creativity are becoming much more important.
Yes, in the WEF report, 63% of employers see skill mismatch as the biggest obstacle. I even saw a comment from Nick Leader, who wrote for the WEF, in my notes. He is questioning whether the real issue is a lack of skills, or if the new technologies we are using are not user-friendly enough.
That's a very valid point. This can also be called a usability crisis. An article in Harvard Business Review emphasizes that human and artificial intelligence collaboration needs to be properly established, meaning defining the desired outcomes rather than the tasks. It's necessary to clarify who will do what.
It seems that companies are aware too.
They are aware. According to WEF data, half of the companies, that is 50%, are planning training, position changes, and so on to prepare their current employees for these new roles.
So, is the impact of artificial intelligence limited only to automation and the workforce? What else is mentioned in the sources? For example, the BCG's 2025 Personalization Index report caught my attention. Companies successful in personalization with AI are said to grow 10% more annually than others, and there's talk of a $2 trillion pie. Truly incredible.
Absolutely. More than 60% of customers now expect personalized experiences. There's even another BCG report. Even in the luxury consumption sector, which is already considered a stronghold of personalized service, more than half of the customers, 56%, are not fully satisfied with the current experience.
So there's potential even there.
Exactly. Artificial intelligence here offers the opportunity to spread the very special attention we call service with white gloves to a broader audience. The marketing side is also very active.
What do you mean?
According to the BCG's CMO survey, more than 80% of marketing leaders are quite optimistic about generative artificial intelligence, or Gen AI. Text and visual production have already become widespread, and they say video is next.
I understand.
Even more interesting, those artificial intelligence agents we initially discussed are now also being used in marketing. They are starting to take over end-to-end workflows, from preparing campaign summaries to managing potential customers in B2B sales. It is even expected that in the second half of 2025, these agents will be automating campaigns in such swarms.
Wow, in herds. While talking about automation systems, there's also ARK Invest's report on unmanned robots. It seems to be quite indicative of the future. Are these robots like Tesla's Optimus or Boston Dynamics' Atlas?
Yes, we're exactly talking about them. These are different from those who only perform specific repetitive tasks like in factories. Robots that look like humans and can perform more general-purpose tasks.
Then why are they on the agenda now?
According to ARK Invest, the main factors behind this are major advancements in artificial intelligence, the decreasing costs of components like sensors and processors, with companies like NVIDIA and AMD playing significant roles, and also the serious labor shortages, especially in developed countries.
Logical.
The report also has a very interesting finding. It says that these robots can now include unpaid labor, such as household chores or caregiving services, in GDP. That is, gross domestic product. They even provided an example, estimating the annual potential of doing dishes at home in the US alone at $250 billion.
Incredible number.
Because they are flexible, they can make automation more accessible not only for large factories, but also for small businesses.
Indeed, from artificial intelligence to unmanned robots, these sources seem to show us that the rules of both the business world and our daily lives are being rewritten. In light of all we have read, this question might also be important for our viewers. What does this technological leap mean for you as an individual? As you prepare for the future, which skills do you think are the most important to focus on?
These are really the questions that need to be emphasized and considered.
I wish everyone a very nice week as we meet next week with Yasar Atolye in the new episode of At the Edge of Tomorrow.
See you next week.